tip. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for the Spurs, Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And at the center position, one of the most highly skilled 7-footers in the game today. He can do it all. Pau Gasol. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Aldridge in at the 4 spot. And for New York, Derrick Rose is out there with Lee. And down low, the 2-time NCAA champion at Florida, the 6'11 tornado of energy and effort. It's the big man, Joakim Noah. Then it's Anthony. Rose, that's good. Rose has got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Knicks.
Well, I tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
They recover it. Aldridge dishes to Leonard. It's another look.
Still looking for that first bucket here to start the game.
Misses the layup. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to talk with Jeff Hornacek for a moment. I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake, and with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
Thanks again, Doris. And Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He's head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with Golden State Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs.
Leonard kicks to Parker. Buries the long-range jumper.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
They set the pick. Rose goes in, gets the bucket.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those. You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
And so it's New York with it. They trail by 1. That was good.
Nice start as he's knocked down 3 of his first 4 and is hitting the ground at high speed.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum. And oh, get it! Oh, watch out now.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Tony Parker had a phenomenal 2011-2012 campaign, but as is the case with Greg Popovich, he challenged Parker to improve upon that for last season. Popovich told him, good players can be great for a little bit, but great players are always great. And that really resonated with Parker.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Puts it up from 12. Misses off the right iron.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
Here's Anthony. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Think about how great Parker's been. We forgot his career almost came to an end in the summer of 2012. This is a very interesting part of his career.
That's right. He was an innocent bystander at a club in New York when a melee erupted and bottles were thrown. He got a shard of glass that penetrated almost through his left eye. Very easily could have lost his vision and lost his career. Well, he's an athletic two-guard, Kevin, a good defender, great quickness, and he gets his share of steals. I'm a big fan of Courtney Lee.
Yeah, I like his commitment defensively, Steve. You're right on the money. Now, one of those players who's just interested in glamour plays. When he plays, it is for 100% of the time, 100% of the effort. San Antonio making a switch here. David Lee checked in for Aldridge. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Ono Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green. That's Mills in for Tony Parker. Spurs trail by 5. Ginobili outside. The feed to Mills. They need this. That's good. Mills has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
All sorts of time. And again, it's New York. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Anderson passes to Mills. Ginobili off a pick from Lee. Ginobili covered by Lee. He feeds it to Lee. Back to Ginobili. Poked away. Lee dishes to Mills. 5 on the clock. Lee, a screen on Lee. Ginobili kicks to Mills. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Mills has got 6.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The drive by Jennings. The shot is off. Some solid D from Patrick Mills. Ginobili kicks to Anderson. Back to Ginobili. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Gasol. Knicks with the rebound. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Vujacic. Rebounded by Manu Ginobili. San Antonio trailing here. Lee sets a screen for Ginobili. He dishes it to Gasol. Anderson outside. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum.
The first. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too. Clark, we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, a lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
Jennings drives in. Here's Serafin. Offensive rebound. They shoot again. Here's O'Quinn. Missed it, even after all those chances. Mills passes to Simmons. Anderson outside. The pass to Simmons. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Simmons got the first basket of the second quarter for the Spurs. Knicks trailed by 4.
You know, for a long time, the Knicks were viewed as a young team on the rise, but when they added Rasheed Wallace last year, the average age went to 32, which was the oldest team in the league last season, and you saw it in their play. They were a group of veterans out there.
Pulls it from the elbow. No good off the back of the rim.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range. I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
And for the Knicks, the veteran leadership helped them at times as they had to go through some very tough stretches, Steve, due to injury.
Yeah, they did go through some stretches, but they really did well to secure the division title and get that high seed going into the playoffs. They had a pretty decent run, all in all, but this is a team that has higher aspirations than just getting to the conference semis.
Anderson kicks to Mills. Anderson dishes to Mills. 6 to shoot. Martin the pass to Lee. Thomas is there. And the call against Lance Thomas. That's his first foul.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And Simmons kicks to Parker. Parker off the pick from Aldridge. Shot clock at 5. Martin attacking. San Antonio again missing. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Jennings with the bucket. Spurs leading by 4.
You know, if you're not a big, strong guard in the NBA, it can be tough going in the paint. But for Brandon Jennings, you know, he's got that floater in the lane. That's what's allowed him, despite his slight frame, to be able to score in the paint. I don't know of too many other players, Kevin, who have his level of concentration offensively. He just seems to have that singular focus you need as a shooter that, you know, even if a defender's all over you, you still just lock in and let it go.
And I'll tell you one more thing about him, Steve. He sets a screen maybe better than anybody. And if he rolls off of it, he gets the ball and gets a clean look. It's automatic.
Leonard attacking. And that one is hammered home.
Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody. Steve, what about you?
Well, I wasn't thinking about soup. I was just impressed with the strong finish, wearing that rim out.
San Antonio making a switch here. Green's checked in. And, you know, going back to Jennings, so fast, incredibly explosive. He can really, Clark, get into the lane.
Yeah, but, you know, he struggled finishing at the rim. Some of that because of his size. Not really a physically imposing guy. Developing that floater and learning to avoid NBA shot blockers is something that he has to continue to develop.
Now here's Parker. Leonard dishes to Aldridge. Working on Noah.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Pau Gasol has checked in for Kevin Martin. Outside Jennings. Back to Rose. There's the 3. The Knicks rebound. Gasol with the block. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Jennings, a screen on Gasol. Here's Anthony. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
A dramatic improvement for the San Antonio Spurs defensively last season, guys. Coach Pop had suggested that they might have gotten too old to be an elite defensive team anymore, but that wasn't the case. I think he challenged them a little bit, and they raised the bar of their defensive performance.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half. .141 left in the first half.
Jennings passes to Rose. It's back to Jennings. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Noah. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And Clark, you mentioned the defensive improvement of the Spurs. Going into last season, their stat gurus told them they needed to focus even more on contesting shots, even if that meant committing more fouls or allowing more offensive rebounds.
Well, that's exactly what they did, Kevin. They gave up a few more offensive rebounds, fouled slightly more than they had the prior season, but they were better in terms of shot blocks, steals, and they held their opponents to a lower field goal percentage. So a great example of getting an edge from advanced stats.
And it's Noah again missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his third.
For New York, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. That free throw missing.
You know, the Knicks got off to a fast start, but when you employ as many old bodies as they did last year, it's hard to sustain the level of play you need over the course of a full season. It's one reason they started to falter a bit late in the year.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for New York. The drive by Anthony. Kicks it to Rose. Will it go? Offensive rebound. Number 6, defended by Gasol. Rose kicks it to Noah. Sinks that one from the post. Parker with it. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Tipped. And so that brings the first half to a close. Spurs lead by 10.